that he was going to be gone because he said he was going to be gone, and he didn't want to be there. So the Eagles, talking about the Eagles again, which I hate to do. I hate for the word Eagles to come out of my mouth in a positive way. I just do. If you're a Cowboys fan, you're not happy to say anything positive about the Eagles. But they signed Malik Jackson to a deal today, giving them some more defensive line help and depth. So we'll see what happens with that. And Danny Amendola signs with the Lions today. Gives them a slot receiver. The only thing with Danny Amendola is that he cannot stay healthy. He cannot, and it seems like he will not, stay healthy. Every opportunity that you get, or whatever team he gets on, 9 times out of 10, you're going to know that he's going to get hurt. And I just hope he can stay healthy for at least 12 games or more so he can give them what they need to possibly win a few games. I don't even think they have enough to make a run, but I would at least say win a few games during the season. All right, so let's move on to NBA from this weekend. You're tuned into the Weekend Wrap-Up Show right here on X Squad Radio. If you're new to the show, thank you for tuning in. Also, join in on the show chat room. It is easy to do. Create a profile, and then you can join in on the conversation. Shout out to B Hill in the building. Shout out to my pops in the building. Thank you for tuning in. He said, what's up, family? Miss you guys last week. Courtney says, I would love D-Jax back with the right price. Keep coming with that Eagles news. Yeah, I'm only going to give you guys a minute or two per show. I start to get irritated if I have to talk about the Eagles longer than a minute. All right, so the Rockets beat my Mavs yesterday. James Harden, who's been playing lights out pretty much all season, did not have, wasn't the star of this game. Actually, it was Eric Gordon and Chris Paul. Gordon had 26. Chris Paul had a block shot at the end of the game. Also, Clint Capella went 17 and 12. Luka almost had a triple-double, 19, 15, and 9. So it was a shot for the Mavs to get an upset, but it did not happen. They ended up losing. So shout out to the Rockets. Playoffs about to start heating up. Who is your MVP? As we're talking about NBA, who's your MVP? I posed that question to the chat room. To me, it is Harden. I think he's done enough to win the MVP. And like I've said before, if the calls don't get called, that's not his fault, even though he is backpedaling and traveling all throughout the floor. And I'm not going to say it's a travel. It's a Euro step. Excuse me. Giannis says the real deal. The Lakers are in full tank for a lottery pick mode, minutes restrictions, and shutting down players. You're right. This is probably the last game that we're going to see LeBron play at full. Shout out to Mo Cheese. He mentioned that. And Lonzo shut down. Ingram is shut down. I mean, it is... It's kind of what I expected, though. If I'm completely honest, and if you're completely honest with yourself, you have to think that this is his first year. He's playing with a bunch of young guys. What exactly do you expect LeBron to do? All right, so the Suns stunned the Warriors. Devin Booker scoring 37. Got a little bit of turmoil going on, but this is the regular season. When it comes to the playoffs, that's the real season. Shout out to Kevin, Clutch Talk Sports. Thank you for tuning in. Had a great show this morning. Giannis, again, Greek Free says said Galloway. Shout out to Big L in the building. And Big L been putting in that work. Big L been putting in that work on Facebook. I got to give it to you. You've been putting in that work, working out, getting fit for 2019. I see you, Big L. Devin Booker putting up 37. Somewhat of an embarrassing loss for the Warriors, losing to the Suns. But hey, like I just said, this is only the regular season. This is really not important to them. The playoffs is when it becomes important to them. Let's all just be straight up honest about that. They end up losing 115 to 111. Clay calls out the fans, saying for a lack of energy. And again, for the fans too, like they're waiting for the playoffs. They're not that concerned about a regular season game versus the Suns. And that's kind of what the Warriors have built. They have built a tendency to not get too excited in the regular season because you know you're going to the playoffs. You just need to be excited when it comes to the actual playoff time. So they know they've created this culture. And Real Deal says Warriors will be fine. Big L in here clowning says Holly can't do 3 push-ups, maybe. Kevin says congratulations to Harlem Heat for making the WWE Hall of Fame. Yeah, big ups to them. Golden State is not looking right, maybe, and upset. They aren't looking right, but again, it's a regular season. It does not really matter. The real season is the playoffs. I think we all know that. Other games from this weekend, the Toronto Raptors beat the Heat 125-104. The Raptors clinched their playoff spot for the 6th straight season. So big ups to the Raptors. Continuing to do their thing quietly. There's not a lot of people talking about the Raptors, but they continue to win games quietly. The Spurs end up beating the Bucks 121-114. Aldridge had 29 and 15. The Bucks are doing it, man. 50 and 17. And like Courtney Harden said, best record. Joel Embiid comes back 32-12. They beat the Pacers, which is still winning games. That's got to be coaching. Nate McMillan doing a great job. Oladipo, their best player, went down. Miles Turner is a good player. Thaddeus Young, I mentioned those 2 names before. Shout out to Kesey. Thank you for tuning in. Raptors definitely could come out of the East. I'm not going to say that, though. This Sixers team better come out of the East. There is no explanation for why they should not. Make sure everyone is fully healthy. Make sure you don't have any lingering injuries or issues or whatever it may be. But the Sixers are coming out of the East. And if they don't, I would just be shocked. Their roster, their roster allows them and should push them to make it to the finals. Congrats to the great CP3. He moves up to 7th place on the all-time assist list. Big ups to CP3. And he'll continue to break records. He will continue to break records because he has been in the league for a minute. He's been very consistent. Regular season, he is probably the best point guard with being consistent over the past 10 years. Playoffs, though, it's a whole nother story. His playoff stats are probably not that good because most of the time he is normally injured halfway through the playoffs, or at some point in time during the playoffs, you will see a CP3 injury. Shout out to HRAP B. Thank you for tuning in. Mochi says, Giannis has been the best player on the best team this year, but Harden has been the most valuable to his team. And we all know it's a stats thing. If we decide to agree or disagree, it is highly based on stats. And the dude has had 6 50-point games. So I think he's going to win it. The Dubs and Dub Nation will get it together when the playoffs roll around. I agree with you. Pops. And yeah, great question. Sid Galloway poses to HRAP B. What you think about the AB trade? And everybody else, put your comments in the chat room as well. So on to the Statement Games contest. We had a Statement Games contest for the Lakers versus the Celtics. If you're not familiar with Statement Games, what it is that you pick statements and you rank them from 10 to 1. 10 being most likely to 1 being least likely. You rank the statements. Whoever gets the most correct is the winner. I think it's basically a new version of fantasy football, but you're just picking statements instead of players on a team. But recapping the game, Kyrie had 30. The Celtics beat the Lakers. LeBron did have a triple-double, his 7th of the season. And the Lakers have now lost 5 straight in a playoff chase that looks like it's not going to happen. Looks like it is not going to happen. All right, so there was 3 contests. Mochi said he got cheated. Well, if that's the case, I got cheated too. But there was 3 contests that went down. Contest number 1, BXPRJ won. My man Tyon Mack, he's on the show frequently. He won in 3rd place. Not won, but he was in 3rd place. Mocha was in 4th. And I was in 9th place. That was in the first contest. The second contest, I want to give a huge congratulations to X Squad's very own Jelani J.B. Bodie. He wins the second contest. Kesey was 3rd. Mo was 5th. Melvin was 8th. I was 9th again. And the third contest, gentleman BXPRJ won. I was in 3rd. And then Delma0424 was 6th. Trying to figure out who that is. But congratulations to the winners. Congratulations to our very own Jelani J.B. Bodie of the Wait a Minute Show, which comes on Wednesdays and Saturdays evenings. So make sure to check that out. Mochi says, I'll take a ticket. Boo to Jelani. Shoot, I didn't see through contests. I would have joined. So yeah, what happens is, and I'm urging everyone to sign up. It is free. If the first contest is full, so it can take 12 people. So once the 12 people in the contest are reached, it immediately starts a new one. So what I'll do is I'll send out each link, which I try to do, each link once it gets full. And then you can sign up for as many as you want. And the more basically coins that you get. You're able to pick a gift card of your choice. So before